Tonight, we explore the twisted road that leads to the formation of a cult. If you were given an opportunity to form your own cult, what belief system would you have? What deity would you follow? How would Adam have sex? On the next Twisted 10.
Welcome to an episode of... Welcome to another episode. Welcome to a...
This is an episode.
It is.
This is an episode. Are we already starting the show?
Welcome to another episode of The Twisted 10. I'm Adam. I'm one of your hosts, but I am not hosting the show tonight. Josh, are you going to do a third one in a row?
No, I'm done. I'm taking a break. I'm off for a couple weeks now. I just get to drink and have fun.
Nice. You're in the same chair as me. I've had a few weeks off. I'm digging this.
I know. Well, you got to get out of my fucking lap.
All right, and back from his surgery post-op dick extension.
Failed dick extension. Because I woke up and it didn't look any different. I'm Ron.
There we go.
Oh, thought you were gonna say my name.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that's Ron.
Say my name, bitch.
Say my name. He does have his arm in a sling in studio, so I don't know, is this the crippled episode? Are you hosting tonight?
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
Yeah, I'm guiding tonight's episode.
Guiding tonight's episode.
Are we about to go to like a medium? We're gonna have a medium come in the show, and we're gonna seance some ghosts.
We're messing with the Twisted 10 model a tad bit tonight.
All right, I like it.
Yes.
That's cool. I really like that. Unless we lose subscribers from, the Twisted Council.
I might lose a couple of hosts. I don't know. I'm not even sure you guys are going to like it. But.
So we do have a really cool announcement that we're going to throw out there right off of the bat. First things first, thank you to the council members. That is our Twisted Council. They are our Patreon subscribers and patrons to the show. So we want to thank you guys very, very much for supporting the show and keeping the things and the lights going in here. But we have a special announcement for the Council Elder rank. So just like every other Patreon, there's different ranks. So for being a council member, or a show supporter really is what that first one is called, it's only $2. So it's a $2 a month pledge to the show, and we say thank you for that.
And to our show supporters, thank you very much.
Absolutely. I think everybody's council member and above. I don't think we have any show supporters right now.
Show supporters that we have had come through have all upgraded to council.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So the next rank is $5 a month. That's the pretty common subscription thing for a podcast that you're a supporter of and you like and you are entertained by. That gets you the extra content every single week. Other than if once in a while we'll take a break. Last week we didn't produce an after show
because Ron was off. The children just run around the fucking.
Did you just Daffy Duck it over there?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there, but
that was awesome.
It was the surgery. No, I was kidding. But it must have been the shot they gave me in my neck. But they did give me a shot in my neck, actually.
For a surgery?
Yeah, I can. If you guys want, I could talk about it, or I could talk about the after show. Yes, I got a shot. Weird. A shot in the neck. Yes, good times.
That's bizarre.
Anyway, continue on. I interrupted.
Those are our $5 sponsors, and they get the extra content. We've got
27 hours of content
estimated at an average of 45 minutes an episode.
Exactly.
About 40 episodes.
That must have been before you passed out from your post-surgery pain medicine.
Yeah, when I was in Discord. Like I said, I was listening to part of the show, and that was part of the pregame stuff.
But we have another rank, and it doesn't really get you anything other than a shout out on the show. So we're going to first throw a huge. Well, actually, I think it's the end of the show, right? Was that when we shout out the Twisted Elders?
Who cares? Thanks, T.
All right, T. So T is our only Twisted Elder currently, and obviously, thank you very much, T, for becoming that rank. But
greatly appreciate
for him and anyone else signing up to become a Twisted Elder. As a reciprocation of our support for you, supporting us.
Dick pics!
It'll be a small, medium, and large. I'll let you guess whose is whose. No, we actually got something really cool. So from the same company that did the signs that we kind of featured a little bit a few weeks ago, she sent us something free of charge to us just to kind of say, hey, I can also make you guys this cool shit. And it was keychains. And they are the Twisted 10 logo set on wood in a keychain, and we'll take a picture of that and put it up on Discord. It's probably going up there now. But we're going to actually have those printed, and they're going to say the Twisted 10, and on them they're going to say Council elder. So when you sign up for that council elder membership, even if you do it for 1 month and then back down, which we don't want you to do, however, you're still going to get it. We're going to send you the council elder elite exclusive council elder keychain for the Twisted Tea.
That's right. Really cool. We have your address.
The superiors.
Damn right.
We'll show up, Silent J, or Jay and Silent Bob, or whatever. Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob, that's it. We'll show up, beat you until you take the prize.
So more on those coming very, very soon. T, since you're our only council elder in there right now, again, thank you, but we'll coordinate with you and get yours shipped out to you so you have a really cool, bragging rights. Like, I'm a council elder. See what I got? I got something fancy.
And, of course, to the council member who hooked us up with, I believe it was your sister, cousin?
Yeah, that was Fluff.
Sister.
Yeah, one of our council members, Fluff. Queen of the council, I think, because she's the only female. That's okay.
The council queen, I like that.
And let me pull the sign over here, because I forgot the damn name. You guys know, memory. Sweet Evergreen Sign Company, Humboldt County, California. Sweet Evergreen Signs.
And now after you put that down, you have to
hit the plug bell. Yeah,
there you go.
So thank you.
Humboldt County, famous county in California.
Is it?
If you know, then you know.
I don't know.
That's all right.
No idea.
I might have known.
I don't know much.
So
I don't know much.
But anyway, what other show business do we got to get through before we start the show?
Well, all the things we talked about, 27 hours of after show content, us bullshitting, what we like to kind of say is where the tangents go to die. We come up with these stories or whatever.
Yes.
So we have to get access to the after show, to get access to the council, to get access to where we're live streaming the show on Discord for free. Go to twist10.com. There's links to point you to the council member stuff, to point you towards the live stream stuff. And of course, since we're here, we usually do this a little bit later, but since we are here, big thanks to the show sponsor, Manscaped. So for 20% off and free worldwide shipping.
It's a slow reaction.
It was dramatic.
Speed.
It was dramatic pause. Just like
it's too slow. It's our only non-digital sound
I
effect.
think
for 20% off and free worldwide shipping, go to manscaped.com, use code Twisted10 at checkout.
What on, Joe?
Damn right.
I think we do all of our pre-show plugs much more entertaining than Joe Rogan. They just sit there and it's like they're just reading shit. I guess they're ballers now. They can. I hope we're entertaining you with
our $1 bajillion to just read
promos.
Pieces of paper. I'll talk about this with a couple of the council members. We only get behind products that we think connect with our audience, and our audience has the same type of personality that we do. So you're never gonna hear us take a sponsor from like stamps.com or from some silly something that doesn't make sense for our audience. Manscaped, perfect product. A liquor or beer company, because I talked to a couple of our members about that as well. That'd be a cool. Yes, if you know the managing director for a distillery or a brewery or brewery. I love that word because you aren't drunk but sound drunk saying it.
Yes,
it's like judicial system.
Judicial.
Always sound drunk when you say judicial system.
Oh, and by the way, they do wear the white. Wigs in court still in the UK.
It's like I thought it was honorary, like once a month type of thing.
No. That's for the government. But somebody had mentioned, I'm sorry, I kind of just cut in there. This was from last week's show when I wasn't here. Somebody had asked, because even in the Law and Order show in UK, they wear them in that show. They were in that show too. Yeah, they do wear the white wigs. If somebody's from the UK and could tell me if that I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Do they call them bobbies in Law and Order UK? Because that makes them kind of less intimidating.
Don't recall bobbies.
Don't they have the pointy hats? That makes them way less intimidating.
Kind of like bowler hats with a point.
That looks silly. They look like penis heads. I mean, that's.
You should get that looked at.
Good point.
That's what your penis looks like.
That's what I've been trying to do, Ron, but she keeps saying no.
He can fit it into anywhere.
All right.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, yeah.
So what else do we have to talk about tonight, guys? Guys want to hear about my shot in the neck?
Yeah. What do you? All right. So for our people who are tuning in, you had a torn biceps tendon.
Yeah, but
was it also the labrum or just the biceps tendon?
No, this is a forearm. So off like my forearm,
like
not
your
our
elbow pit.
Yeah,
area.
Well, but it's actually beyond the elbow. It actually attaches that muscle attaches to the forearm, to the ulna, right? Is that the bone I have?
Isn't that thing in the back of your throat that hangs down?
No, that's the uvula. I don't know.
You're looking at me like you're unsure, so yes, it's called the uvula.
I was unsure. That's why I said it like a question.
I call it target practice.
Very good.
Continue.
Very good. So the suture is on my forearm, about inch and a half down from the elbow.
Okay.
And
The thing is gnarly looking.
yeah, it's a gnarly
Cool.
looking scar. It's not like arthroscopic surgery down that way. So anyway, the shot in the neck. So I'm there. I'm about to do the surgery. The anesthesiologist. I really fucked that up.
No, it came out all right.
Did it? I sounded drunk.
It wasn't nearly as bad as
post-apocalyptic. Yeah, wasn't that bad.
all right.
So the anesthesiologist comes out, and he's really dry. Like, he doesn't have much of a bedside manner. And he's talking to me, and he goes, I'm going to see if we can give you, I forget what they called. They called it something.
Weed.
No, they called it some kind of, whatever the procedure was. It's kind of like getting an epidural, but an epidural that affects your arm. Right,
Oh, okay.
It makes your.
So they're deadening the nerve bundle that connects to your arm.
To your arm. So he wasn't sure if that's what the doctor wanted or not. It wasn't on his.
I was really hoping he was going to say he wasn't sure if that was how you were supposed to do it, but he was going to give it a shot anyway.
That's not like my regular doctor. When I came in with that injury, my regular doctor, he actually opened his laptop up and said, "I have to read about this." I swear to God, he did that. He goes, "I'm sorry, but normally." That happens up at the shoulder, not down there. So he goes, I haven't seen this in a really long time, and I just want to read what the most current, process is. Anyway, so
causes
back to the
overuse of masturbatory reflexes.
back to never seen someone masturbate as much as you. It's your big Popeye arm. But anyway, they give you a shot right above the clavicle. It's like. They go right above the clavicle. But I was like, oh, so you wait till I'm put to sleep to do that, right? They're like, no, we do it when you're awake. I'm like, why can't you do it when I'm asleep? And I was like, we need you awake for it.
Did they pull out like a 2x4 nail size shot to put
he
into
said, but we'll give you a sedative ahead of that.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. So
Like
he
a
was getting ready to
Xanax
do
or
it.
Valium or something?
No. I had at that point I'd already had an IV because I was in pre-op, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm already at the IV in and everything. This is 10-15 minutes before my surgery. And he goes talk to the doctor. Doctor says yes. So pretty much what it does is completely deadens your arm. I mean, completely. Cool. And he brings an ultrasound machine there. And they do like an ultrasound so that he can see what he's doing, and then he puts the needle in there. But he did put the sedative through my IV, and man, that shit hits quick.
Yeah, when it's in your blood system. Yeah.
I mean, it takes less than a minute for that sedative to hit me. And in the moment, and even though he's putting a shot in my neck, like I barely remember feeling it. Every now and then I was just like, ow. Like, ow. But I'm sure it would have been pretty painful, or I would have been reacting to it much more so without the sedative. But once that he was done and that sedative hit, man, everybody that came in, I was asking them if they owned a home and needed a mortgage. Every person I got into I even got into the operating room, which I barely even remembered. It took me a while afterwards to remember even being in the operating room because that sedative was so strong. And I started asking like each person, but I don't remember. Like by the time the doctor came in,
what if like six of them said yes? I need a good mortgage broker.
Well, I didn't have. I was naked in a gown, so I didn't have any cards on me.
Ron, Mr. Canniff, where did you pull that card from?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much that's what's up. That's what's with the shot in the neck.
Damn, dude. Well, so recovery going well. You're going to your rehab.
Yeah, the rehab right now is like real minimal. I'm not allowed to extend my arm past before it was like 90 degrees and now I can give it maybe another extra 10. That's all I'm allowed right now. I can't turn. I'm not allowed to twist because it's a bicep. So I couldn't do it if I wanted to, honestly. Like anytime I've ever tried, like, damn, I can't turn my arm at all. Or rotate my forearm, I guess would be more accurate. And real rehab won't even start for another 4 weeks. Right now, it's just once a week coming in for a little stretching. I'm allowed to bring my arm up with my other, like using my other arm. I'm not allowed to use the muscle of my injured arm. I'm allowed to bring it up just to do that. I can do that, and I can do rotation like that a little bit. Like,
do this and do that and rotate like that.
I know. It's like
great for audio.
It's great for a podcast. I know. Sorry, guys.
We don't have the camera set up yet.
That's true. So what I was doing, I was bringing my one arm up with the other. So that's what I was doing pretty much, and then rotating. So this is very exciting stuff, I'm sure. So perhaps we can move on to something more interesting.
It's personal. It's part of life, and I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. I can specifically relate to you because I had a similar surgery. Mine was on the shoulder.
You had the same injury, just on the opposite side of the muscle. It was painful. The first day it wasn't at all because my arm was completely fucking
you were
dead.
Stoned from pain pills.
I was stoned from pain pills for like the first 4 or 5 days. pain pills and such.
Yeah.
And
well, the residual left over from the anesthesiologist takes a while to wear off too. So that
that and the shot they gave me, that actually took over a day. It was a day before I could use the arm at all. But
well, glad to see so you have a pen in your hand, but
my hand, believe it or not, I can't show you this because I don't want to show you my list. But it's handwritten. Like my writing isn't.
Did you just write your list just a few minutes ago?
No.
Oh. No shit, because
you're gonna probably think I did when you hear it though. But
when Ron got here,
I did.
When Ron and Josh got here tonight.
No, that's the blank paper.
Oh, okay. Ron asked me for a pen.
No, I did not just write my list a few minutes ago.
Let me go get you a pen, and then we get down here, and he's got the same sheet of paper that I saw was blank, which looks now to be different.
The concept of this list and how I wanted to do it was created about a day or two after my surgery, and I promise you I was fucked up when I came up with it when I was binge watching a television show, and when we get to it I'll explain it. And I had to think about it after I was sobered up and no longer on pills or anything. I thought long and hard, did I still want to do this list? Did I still think this was a good idea? And I decided, you know what? We're fucking going for it. It's different, but we're going for it.
All right. Is there a twist, and is there a
competition? The whole list is a twist. There is not a competition.
Oh, damn. I'm not going to get the crown back.
No.
Before we kick off, I have one last thing that I have to throw out there. To our newest council elder.
Oh, what?
Thing 2110. Thanks, brother.
No he's already got the different color in Discord, too.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Got his new rank and everything. So
that is awesome.
Your color changes in Discord if you're...
the rank changes.
Yes, if you are a
look at that.
show supporter, it is a teal, I think. I haven't looked at those colors in a while, but then if you are a council member, it turns green.
Are we all caught up on everyone who's become, I guess it's probably more after show stuff, real exciting stuff again. Like we haven't left anybody behind, right? As far as their access to the Twisted Council channel and all that.
Access is there?
Yeah.
It was my fault. There was a brief moment of time where the permissions were wrong for council elders to get into the council room, our council members' private Discord where we can hang out with them. And we got that fixed. Actually, I think I fixed that real time during the show last week when T told us.
Our council elders, so to T and to Thing 2110, you guys are the rulers of the other council members. That's just how that works. So
you can tell them what to do.
Yeah, you need your fucking lawn mowed or something. I mean, that's how it works. You tell them. All right, we ready to get on with the list?
I mean, unless you guys had other fun life stories. It's been the Ron show so far.
Let's see.
I mean, I know
my son turned 18, but we're going to talk about that in the after show a little bit.
Real quick, it's still more Ron show, but you guys gave me some homework from the pirate show.
We did. I had forgotten about it too.
Okay, so here's the funny part about this. Number 8 was, what was his name, Josh?
I'll pull it up because he was the Chinese pirate last week.
The Chinese pirate. Okay.
So you laughed when you heard it, didn't you?
Okay.
I looked at your empty chair that night.
As I'm listening,
and I was laughing. I'm like, Ron.
As I'm listening to this show, I'm telling you, 3.5 hours ago, as I'm listening to this number 8, because I've not finished the episode yet.
Chung Po Sai.
He goes, there's this guy's Chinese Chung Po Sai, and before you guys even gave me my homework, I went L instead of R because and then you guys start saying, I don't know how we do that. And I'm like, I've already done it, guys. I'm already there. Oh. It was so the homework was I had to come up with a way to say R but for Chinese. And but before you guys had even said it, I'd already done it, so it would have been on the show. And then another one was and I'd actually put this in the Discord, but you guys didn't respond to it.
A tremendous amount of listens, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's a great show.
Thank you so
I have
much.
these, and I mentioned to Josh, I have these awesome privateer 2-ounce silver coins. I meant to bring to him tonight just to show you guys and take pictures.
Oh yeah, we did talk about doubloons a little bit on the show. Yeah, you're a coin collector.
Yeah, I forgot to bring them in. I'll try and remember, but there was another thing where you mentioned, Josh, about how it's high. There's some highbrow. They're not all just a bunch of grungy idiots, and that that's because they went to art school. It was really bad. So that's the only jokes that I kind of had in my head that I wasn't here to say.
Council members,
never
and elders,
say that again.
Thanks for not sharing that with the show.
Well, I shared it in the lobby, but nobody said it, probably because it was stupid.
I was actually so when I host, I generally don't spend a lot of time with Discord. However, last week was impossible, man. There's so much content last week. How long did it end up being? Last week's episode was pretty lengthy.
I think it was the longest episode we've ever done.
No, it wasn't. It certainly wasn't that. It was over 2 hours.
I can
look right now.
Well over 2 hours.
So our longest was, I think, 2 weeks prior to that. It might have been my show. I'll look right now.
Just curiosity. So lay it on us, Ron.
Oh, really? We're already there? I thought
2 hours, 25 minutes for the Star Trek episode. I think that took the cake.
No, this one was longer, dude. The pirate episode was longer. Go. Do it.
2 hours, 27 minutes.
Yes, it beat it by 2 minutes.
Damn, dude. And it didn't even have a bumper.
Bomba. Okay, you guys ready?
All right, dude. Let's get into your non-twisted 10 twisted 10.
You got it.
Right.
About 2 months ago, maybe 3, you did a really cool episode, Adam.
Oh, thanks. You're gonna have to remind me because I don't remember.
Well, it's okay. You'll probably do it. You'll probably try and do it again anyway. Forgetting. You did the top 10 cults.
Yes, cults.
So cults. So when I was in my haze and just sitting there over the last weekend, after the surgery, I started binge watching, I guess, a show called The Path. It's on Hulu with Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul is who played Jesse from Breaking Bad. That's the best way I can describe who that is. Aaron Paul's the main star in that show. And The Path is, I wouldn't even say loosely based on, they created a new cult or religion or movement, whatever you want to call it. And they used Scientology as their paradigm. Did I use that word right?
Yeah,
okay. As their guide, if you will.
Their foundation?
Yes, as their foundation. To the point that I actually found out recently that Scientology sued them. That's how...
You can't steal our cult beliefs!
Exactly. So, while I was in my drunken haze, I came up with an idea to guide us through this show.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Top 10 steps to create our own cult.
Oh, yes!
I'm going to quickly show you on this paper. Yes. All we have here are steps.
Wow, there's like 30 words on that paper.
So you did just write it when you got here.
No, I didn't, I swear. We are going to, through this guide of 10 through 1, when we are done, we'll have created our own cult/religion/movement.
Does this include having sex with lots of women in the cult?
Guess what? I will give you a spoiler. Sex is one of the ones that we have to make a decision on.
All right.
And what's going to happen with it.
So we're setting the foundation for our cult tonight.
We are going to be setting from well, I don't want to spoil what the steps are because we normally don't do that because I already gave one away. This is absolutely different.
It's a game, but it's...
I have no idea how long this will take. If it'll be a 45-minute show or a 4-hour show.
The 2 people that were council elders have
have dropped out.
And, no,
now I want to. I don't feel like I need to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. We are not creating this because we want to create a real cult for you guys to follow. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Is that a liability?
I don't know if I need to mention that.
Hey, Josh, you're the business guy on the show. Do we even have liability insurance? Are we covered for this type of show?
How about you say yes, just in case?
Hey, running a cult is not illegal until you brainwash people into doing illegal things. I think. Let's just go with that.
Until you make illegal choices.
Yeah, like teamwork.
I love that fucking Twisted 10 sign up behind your head, Josh.
Right? We're a cult, I think. Yeah, I mean, teamwork?
Teamwork.
Teamwork is,
you know what?
There's
some in that show, The Path, their cult or movement, they call it's a movement, not a cult, is called Meyerism. because it's based off this one guy, their original leader, Steve Meyer.
Prominent football coach or something?
Yeah, Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer. Speaking of Urban Meyer, if anybody hasn't checked out the latest news on him, if you're interested in football or sports at all, go check that out. But probably by the time you hear this, you'll know. It was called Meyerism, and there was this whole list, and man, I wish I'd taken a picture on TV that what makes a cult a cult. Instantly, like even the first three, I was like, okay, teamwork, which is your group of people that just get together and hang out and stuff. So, yeah, definitely not a cult.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, the teamwork.
That's the teamwork logo in the
You should take a picture.
Josh,
take a picture of it. Stick it in Discord.
This little logo that Josh is going to throw up in Discord is the logo for teamwork,
which we've picked on Josh and said he's a cult leader and it's a cult, but it really is not a cult. It's just a group of people like to hang out and have fun.
We're good friends. We're good friends.
That's all. So you guys go ahead.
I'm completely ready, but I have a question just to set us up for the rest of this list. So you're going to read. Let's say number 10 is
number 10 is for number 10 right now. I've written one word. Well, it's two. Maybe it's two words, and I wrote it together.
Leader or something. But
you'll see.
So in that case, do we then discuss what our parameters of our cult would be based on that?
Yes.
And can at any time we go back and change the rules of what we set up in the past?
Absolutely. Okay, I anticipate that we might go in
I see where...
and make some changes. That's why I have like a second pad right here. I was going to have someone scribe. I know we were going to have Dan in here, but he couldn't make it. I was actually going to have Dan scribe on this.
Hear ye, Twisted Cult is underway.
We'll see. Whatever we come up with, right? All right, you guys ready?
Okay. Yeah, dude, let's do it.
So I know you would think that I would say we need to come up with the leader first or what we worship. But honestly, one of the most important things that most, I'd say, cults or religions, right, follow is that the biggest thing they talk about is the end game. What are they prepping for?
Yeah, that's a great point because a lot of the cults are doomsday.
Just about, I don't want to say every, but almost every cult religion has an end game, a doomsday. What's the end look like, and what are we saving ourselves from? Right?
Armageddon, baby.
Some kind of Armageddon.
Yep.
So, guys,
some major religions are focused around that. Like,
like the second coming of Christ.
Yep. I listened to another podcast recently that they focused their entire 3-hour show on the witnesses.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Jehovah's Witnesses. And that's all about Armageddon, and the apocalypse is about to happen any day now.
In the show The Path, Meyerism, it was called The Future. That was their doomsday.
Oh, I got it. Can I make a nomination for
Absolutely.
My nomination for what is our impending doom for our cult is, what is that moment, Josh, when artificial intelligence becomes self-aware? That's
the singularity?
Singularity. I think that should be our prep time we know it's coming. We know the singularity is going to happen. And once that happens, there's tons of predictions that the end of the world is going to come.
So do you see why I started with this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because... the fact that I already have a hard on for this because the fact that you went singularity to me just went futuristic and technological. This is going to completely change what I even imagined this cult would look like. If you had said something like burning wood, imagine what the end game would look like. The fight. Yeah, exactly. Bird dick. Exactly. We're avoiding bird dick. No, but so the singularity.
Singularity. I like this. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Josh, do we agree?
What do you think? Singularity, or do you have any other?
It's not just you asking. You're part of this too.
No, I am too.
No, I think that's good. We talk about that a lot. I think it's a good one for us to
I think with us and being into science and all, that's interesting. Good job. Nice. Okay, so now that you guys understand what we're doing here, this is definitely a different type of list. You would agree. We haven't done a list like this.
Completely.
Are you guys down with this, or have I?
Break out the alternative list.
Am I breaking the model enough that you're not feeling this? Josh, honest opinion.
I like it.
You'll like it.
It's gonna be fun.
I think our listeners will appreciate a I guess we're not really ever on the rails, but it's a not on the rails type of show. It's not like 10 facts about a particular topic.
So are we sure 100% we have that right, the singularity?
I don't think Ron listened to my answer.
I did. No, I did listen.
I didn't. But,
I just wanted to make sure. Does somebody want to look up the singularity to make sure that we have that correct, that is the singularity?
Absolutely, I'm on it.
All right, it's interesting.
Okay. Interesting. So whatever it is, we're the sentience of AI taking over.
Yes.
Right, that singularity. Okay, somebody call John Connor.
Or a singularity when the human mind can then go into a computer. Or is that the singularity?
All right, so the technological singularity or simple or simply the singularity, is a hypothetical point in time in which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization.
So
that's Wikipedia.
So Terminator, bottom line.
Yeah. Awakening of AI is basically what singularity becomes. And so, I don't remember the. So
is
the
our
author,
leader John Connor or Sarah? I'm just kidding.
I would almost liken this back to who's the author? I don't remember the actual author. I'll look it up in a minute. But there was an author that wrote the moment that computers become smarter than humans.
Okay,
is the time that of the occurrence of singularity, and that will be the last great invention mankind ever needs to make, because the computers and artificial intelligence will then
be smarter than us and make
way
anything,
more advanced things than we could ever even think of as human beings. So that's the moment singularity kicks in, is because the last invention of man is the singularity. And the singularity then takes over for all of the future of humanity.
Okay, so that's what we're preparing for, right?
Cool.
So our cult is preparing for, and everything we're going to do...
Dave Bostrom. John Bostrom? Something Bostrom. Nick Bostrom. There we go.
Well, who is Nick Bostrom?
That's the author of Superintelligence.
Okay. Interesting.
Is that the 12-part book that you sent me? No, that's about your brain. Never mind.
So
no, that's fantastic.
That was good.
No, this one is just it's got some math in it too, but it's just about this exact type of topic. It's about AI and how AI is going to just completely overtake the world at some point.
Interesting.
Nice.
Artificial intelligence is scary as hell.
So then I was kind of torn between 9 and 8 and what order to do these two in. I really couldn't decide. I'm going to stick with what I wrote, although I'm not sure this was really the next true progression of this. So number 9, I have, what are our core beliefs?
Ooh, that's a good question. Do we support artificial intelligence taking over as humanity, or
because we want it for a cleansing, but we're going to be the good people who are going to be saved?
Because then everyone in the world would be in our cult. If everybody doesn't want it to happen, shouldn't we be the opposite of this?
We need some of these questions, by the time we get to the end, I doubt very few people want to be in our cult.
Okay. All right, Twisted Council members, you can sign up for our cult now, but you cannot listen to the rest of the list. You just have to sign blind. All right.
I think we should take the stance that we need to support the singularity to chase the human utopia.
I like that.
Yeah, let's hand all critical thinking over to the machines and let's go be dum-dums.
And live in a society full of bliss, happiness, maybe even
post-biological. So almost like a Matrix type. Hey, just plug me into the Matrix. Fuck it, I don't want to know what's going on out there.
Does it have to be 1999 though?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Can we pick a different era?
We can do whatever we want.
We're gonna party like it's 1999.
That sounds good. So we're going to...
Nobody got the reference?
So we are for the singularity.
Of course.
So is it going to be a situation where are we calling this a cult, movement, or a religion? Are we just going to say cult for the hell of it?
I say cult. It's not a religion.
Yeah.
Because it's not built on a deity of... I don't know.
It's a movement. I think it's a movement.
Is it a movement? How do we define
That's what they say. Funny, in the past, that's exactly what he said. Every time somebody said cult, he said, it's not a cult, it's a movement. That's what they would say.
Movement.
I don't know if it's a movement, though.
I mean, the movement is to create the singularity. That's our end game, right? We want the robots to take over.
Is it to create it, or is it to be the ones who are prepared and protected when the singularity happens?
I think that's smarter, because that allows dumb people to be in it, too.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we can't just have a bunch of smarties in there
if we're the ones that are responsible for creating the singularity, then guess what? None of us are smart enough to code AI.
It's the inevitability of the singularity, and how we're going to create our little group to be protected, and everyone else is going to hell.
The bylaws are going to be my favorite part. To get accepted by the singularity, you must suck some dick. I mean, that's how you make it to the next grade of evolution. I can't wait for those. Bylaws are going to be fun.
Let's see, requirements to join. You have to at least said thank you to your Google Assistant.
Well, we may not. That may be part of this list. We
got it.
You're right.
We're that's after the halftime, guys.
All right.
All right, cool.
So
I love this creating.
So our core beliefs, pretty much our mission statement is, in essence, we don't have to create it word for word here, because we still haven't even created our own fucking mission statement for Twisted 10.
No, that's not true.
Well, we have, but
that's not true.
But we don't like it.
I have it written down on a piece of paper. I have it. It exists.
But we don't like it. let's face it, we keep saying it's too wordy. So we don't have to nail it down to where it actually can be put on like a brochure at this point. So pretty much we believe that the singularity is happening.
I'm not Discord. I'm not being some robot's bitch. Carnage 11.
Well, you can't be in our cult then. So we support the singularity, and are we going to do we worship? And that kind of almost leads us into things. So do we worship the technology?
How I would see it, if we're the cult that is in favor of the singularity happening because it's going to be a monumental change for the evolution of man, all right, the evolution of our species, I think we would have to worship it as a deity. We would recognize that it's not the creator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We're its creator. However, it then takes a level of intelligence that's so far beyond humanity that we could never challenge its way of thinking or its directions or its edicts or anything that it delivers to us. So I think we should worship it as a deity, but recognize that it's not a god.
So we kind of went from 9. See why I was with 9 and 8? Because number 8 is who or what is our leader, and who or what do we worship? So in essence, so we're supporting the singularity because that's who we're worshiping. So do we worship a certain type of technology, certain type of AI, quantum technology? You know what I mean? Something that doesn't exist, something that's theorized that I don't even know about that maybe you guys pull out of your head, something completely made up.
So quantum computing is there, but it just allows for the faster processing of those.
There is organic computing. It's protein computing.
Are you talking about what's the model that's based on the human brain?
No, this uses it's blood-based storage using proteins and messenger DNA.
Man, that sounds like some playing God shit right there, doesn't it?
We're trying to create our own.
No, I'm just saying
artificial deity.
Yes,
right?
You're right. So what is that technology called? Do you know?
I don't. I mean, I know it as organic computing, but I don't know if that's correct.
Interesting.
Yeah,
there's going to be a little bit of looking up on this show, Ron. Forgive me.
No, you won't spoil anything. I didn't.
No.
By the way, guys, I didn't go to the internet for a guide of how to create a cult. I literally, out of my head, came up with these 10. Okay. If I was going to create a cult, here's the things I know it needs, based off the things we know that they had in Adam's show, right? The things I've seen on television, the things I know of Scientology and other types of cults, etc., or religions or movements.
The aliens came
I know.
from
I understand
the
that
volcano.
Scientology isn't considered a cult. I apologize to anybody who's a Scientologist who's listening.
That's true. How's your tax haven?
Yeah, exactly.
I hear it's nice this time of year. Okay, what was the exact? What was the wording on the question? There's a lot.
On number 8.
On 8. Yeah.
Okay. Who or what I put is our leader, and in parentheses I have, or who or what do we worship?
Okay, so if we are supporting and deifying this artificial intelligence, would it make sense that we have a leader only until the machines take over, and then the machine becomes the leader?
I see where you're going with that.
Well, see, here's the thing too. For instance, and I keep on going to the past show, Myerism, they had what they worshipped. They worshipped the light. That's why I put in there, follow me to the light. But they had multiple leaders, actually. Now, in Scientology, don't they worship some kind of alien something
Nibiru.
that's coming, right?
Yeah.
But there's a leader. His name's David Miscavige, or...
No, you're mispronouncing that. It's Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tom Cruise. Sorry, no. And Katie Holmes. No, I was kidding. But David Miscavige or something, whatever his name is, he's their leader. And before that, they had L. Ron Hubbard. On the path, they had Steve Meyer. And then they end up with a different leader than a different leader. You know what I mean? So there's the leaders, but then there's what or who you worship. So I guess more, some cults are just about a leader. They really don't have a certain thing you're worshiping.
The branch
sometimes it's just a branch of quote unquote Christianity or God. In this case, it would be us worshiping something completely like what was that religion? The Spaghetti Monster?
Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Exactly.
Yes.
So in this case, we'd be making up, not necessarily making up, or coming up with something different that we would worship. And I would imagine because because you brought us down this technology road, Adam, with the Singularity, started the ball rolling, which is I knew that one would kick this off to whatever direction it's going. It's going to be something technological, some sort of technology. I think you were on the right path there, kind of, Josh, with what you mentioned.
So
with
there's
the blood
another type
stuff.
of so artificial intelligence is built on really two different paths. Your traditional computations that we can analyze and read how the algorithms work. That's in your everyday run-of-the-mill type of computer. Even in some of the quantum computers, we can still analyze the logs and see how an artificial intelligence jumps from one thought process to another, how it thinks and how it comprehends what it's seeing or experiencing. However, there's another version of that which humanity has not had the ability. We've created it, but we don't have any idea how it's functioning and how it's succeeding, and that's the neurological simulation, basically. So a human brain is just a supercomputer, and your brain is firing in a way where your synapses are communicating back and forth that we can't pattern. Humanity cannot yet diagnose how your brain firing equals your recognition of Josh as your friend. It doesn't understand that.
We don't understand that. Yeah.
Right. It knows. It knows how that it sees the beginning where you recognize him and the end where the associations happen, and we can map those parts of the brain to see how that works. But how those neurons fire to get from step A, you recognize Josh, to step B, you know that you have a friendship with Josh, and maybe that ensues some emotions in you. We don't understand that as a species, but we've created that. So there's an artificial neurological computer that has these same jumps to conclusions, and when it fires its guts, its mechanisms, its neurons, we cannot understand what it's doing, but it's ending up with the correct answers to the problems that it's being given. So it's a neurocomputer. It's a biological computer that's making these types of things happen.
I'm going to, for the purposes of this number 8, trying to figure out what we worship, it sounds like we could reach for a lot of different technology. Let's reverse engineer this.
Ooh, and how about the algorithm?
Oh, algorithm is one thing.
I like that.
Or I was going to say, or do we pull something that's truly from pop culture as an inspiration? Are we what's that movie, Ex Machina or whatever? Ex Machina. Yeah. Is that what we worship? Because you know what I mean? Because that's like, to me, that's one of the coolest AI movies ever made. Just the concept of it was so brilliant. To me, it was so brilliantly written. But or are we literally worshiping John Connor or not John Connor, the Cyberdyne or whatever, or what was it? It was Cyberdyne, and it was Cyberdyne was the Skynet.
Or Skynet was the product.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean?
What was I think it was Johnny Depp who did it. He turned himself into an AI. And like his wife leaves him, he has a whole breakdown. He's stuck.
That was a great movie.
It was really good.
What was it called?
Oh, that might have been called
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, that might have actually been called. Nice. Here's a recommendation. How about our deity is Ann, ANN. Ann stands for Artificial Neural Network. That's actually a recognized industry acronym.
Interesting.
Okay.
So our deity would be
we worship Ann.
Ann,
the great algorithm.
Artificial Neural Network. Ann.
Artificial Neural Network.
Transcendence.
That was the movie.
Transcendence. Yeah. Was that a Discord callback for us?
That was.
Awesome.
It was one of our elders.
That's a good movie. The ending was weird. I won't spoil it.
Spelled like a 5-year-old. Okay, so Anne. All right, so we came up with it, Anne. So we worship
though. A period N period N period.
Yeah. I was writing it out, so I knew what the hell it stood for. Obviously, you guys did.
Or wait, let me take it one level further, because we do like the idea of the quantum experience. We could call it QAnon. Oh, no, that's not right. That's not right. My bad.
Flag on the play.
That was great. No, that was fucking funny right there. I pick up the flag. The ref says, pick up the flag, no foul on the play.
Fair play.
Fair play. Refs huddled together. They no flag. Picking it up.
So our deity is Ann then. All right.
Yeah, so our deity is QAnon. What? That's hilarious. I can't unsee it now. I want to write it down.
Are you saying we worship the can?
So, Anne, that'd be awesome. So, Anne, all right.
I need another drink. This show's going to get deep.
So, right now, and after the Singularity happens, right? Where are we going to live? Where's our cult going to live? Are we going to just be, for now, spread out amongst the world? Are we going to try and gather together in one area? Is there maybe a better area you would think? Do we need to be more urban, more rural? Do we need to be closer to technology, further away from technology? What's the thought process?
I'm going to
Oh, that was
say-
number 7, by the way. Sorry.
7.
Number
Okay.
7, where do we live?
Okay, I'm going to say
Is this where all
for
of
a
our
reason.
Sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. Discord. But I say that
Ooh, I like
one is a
that.
throw to our community, but also
That,
because
that feels campy to me. I don't know.
This show, look, as far off the rails as we've already gone, we know that this is not a scripted show. So that's purely. That's
And the
purely
name of
Josh's
ours, the name of ours is the Twisted. You know? That's gonna be the name. No. Okay. So we live in Discord.
But I say we meet in Discord, but really replace Discord with any online meeting place, right? So like we would meet up through the internet.
So
in some way.
physically, we will not live together in like some kind of compound or area.
I don't think so. I think our cult would have like we'd be like our old what are those old chat rooms called?
Yeah, chat rooms like back in the day, like men for cigarettes.
What?
First,
Men for cigarettes?
My first experience, my first exposure to the internet was
Where's my old man button? I need my old man button back.
No, you're not. I realized this was at a teacher's house, and now it gets weird, but I swear it wasn't anything like that. Yeah, I swear. So he had a computer. It was the first. It was one of the first, beyond like the old, like DOS computers and Apples that way back in the day, like in the
Windows
late 80s, right?
Come here,
so this
Ron, you wanna
this
see
is
my
the
computer?
the infancy of the internet. After Al Gore invented it. And so this is the infancy of the internet. He had dial-up, and he said that, and he showed me these chat rooms. And one of the chat rooms that stuck out in my mind, the name of that chat room, because all the chat rooms had different, whatever you were,
Man seeking woman.
Yeah,
woman seeking woman.
This was man for cigarettes. Swear to God, I cannot unsee it.
So
30 years later, I
let
can't
me ask you,
unsee
who
it.
were some of the members of it? Was it like
I have
Joe
no idea.
Camel was one of the usernames? Marlboro Man was another username?
Didn't look in it. Just didn't notice it. Wasn't like any. I just noticed that men for cigarettes.
Our cult's gonna suck if we live in the men's for cigarettes chat group already.
But you mentioned, Josh, it sounded like you were trying to kind of come up. You said what were the old thing? But like back AOL in the day used to have chat rooms.
No, I'm trying to.
ICQ, IC.
No,
whatever.
To where you hooked up for cybersex, where Adam hooked up for cybersex.
Those are all. I was trying to make a nerd joke, and I'm losing my credit. Like
We could go VR here.
they're old. We could do VR.
We could say we live in a world based in virtual reality where all of our cult members connect to our virtual server and we share our experiences through VR. We're going super uber geeky with that. If we were to go that route, or Adam's backyard.
So we live. Wait a minute.
Or Adam's backyard.
We live. We are collected together virtually.
Yeah,
in a
through VR.
virtual town.
Yeah.
Like a whole digitally created virtual town or city.
We want the Matrix so hard we're getting ahead of the
Yeah, we're
machines.
getting ahead of the game. We're like almost plugging ourselves into our own Matrix. Nice.
So do we need a name for this town?
And we don't have to come up with a name, or we could. We could call it Anvil. I don't know. That's really bad. But
the Villages, right?
the Villages.
That's my retirement plan.
Yeah, there you go.
The virtual villages.
Virtual Villages, nice.
I need the old person button again.
Can you get digital gonorrhea?
Not yet.
So we're gonna live in some sort of virtual
Username Big Bear.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I say where we live would be
Definitely a VR space.
a VR space,
That's awesome.
and we can identify. Let's circle back to the name of our virtual town or our virtual collective.
Yeah, we might come up with a name as we're going through, and somebody say, "Hey, let's name it this." But like you said, as we go through, we may change or make adjustments to
We could just call it Purgatory.
Purgatory. All right, so I won't recap yet because normally we recap after. But so we're going to live in some kind of pre-created VR space.
And that's where all of our sermons are. That's where all of our congregations gather and meet. From wherever they are in the real world, they know that virtual space is safe for them to support their love for our cult.
Yeah, every Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern, we get together.
I like it. What if, all right, so let me ask you this. This is kind of a tangent here tangents allowed during our cult episode, Ron?
Of course. Okay? Tangents are always allowed on the
Twisted 10. What if we really do create...
Because we wouldn't have a show if we didn't do them.
What if we really do create a VR space literally in this studio where users that have VR goggles or even just their scrollable, spinnables can connect to that camera in the middle of the room, and they're literally in our virtual space. So that really could be our virtual cult location where the virtual cult lives. Yep. And if we wanted to have a sermon, we would invite all of our cult members in. The three of us would sit here and we would lay down the law of Anne.
Of Anne.
I don't like that name anymore. Wait a minute. No,
you don't like it?
No, it's set in stone. It's there.
It's it. It's Anne, damn it. We're not going back. So some sort of created VR space, bottom line.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. I like it.
BBs. That's what I was trying to remember. Bulletin boards. The old chat rooms.
Bulletin
BBs.
Boards. Yeah.
So even after the Singularity, do we think this will be able to happen? We'll be able to maintain just living in a VR world, but staying wherever it is we are?
So that's the point of the
Or
cult.
do we also need to be prepping a physical location for when the Singularity happens?
Oh, I see your point.
We can live virtually now.
So I see this happening two ways, Ron. When AI... The Singularity occurs, the amount of worship and preparation that we have shown and homage that we've shown to the almighty power of Anne that will gain us some points to be like the people who are saved, who are not killed by AI.
We suspect that the Singularity will recognize and see, wait a minute, we got a little group here that's been playing by the rules. They're ready. They're going to get special treatment.
Yes.
That's why we're doing all this.
We're going to be
we want the special treatment. We're going to be the saved ones, and everyone else is going to some Matrix hell.
Yeah, they're going to release the nanites, and it's all going to be over. Except us. Except us. And we'll control that either through the use of some sort of digital encrypted coin we give those people wherever they are in the world, connected to that virtual space. Or the second part of that would be...
That's interesting that you said that.
The second part of that would be they would have to come and live in the same location. That way the nanites don't attack that little bubble in Titusville where we're all going to be.
That is beautiful. You segued to number 6.
I didn't mean to.
You did it so beautifully. I said, how will we make money? But more importantly, since we're just staying in our own space and in virtually living, right? How will we? Maybe it's how do we create some kind of our own digital currency that will be spendable at the time that only we'll be the only ones with money. Everyone else will be broke, but we'll have this digital currency that we've been mining over the years, waiting for the Singularity, waiting for Anne.
Can give everyone a digital key. A super high encrypted, cryptographic.
Like, I'm almost to the point where I want to fucking do this cult now, guys. I'm excited about this cult. No, I was kidding.
Man. So how would we make money? So we would have to make money until the Singularity occurs. Because once the Singularity occurs, money's pointless.
I'm thinking we're just doing a regular and that wasn't my thought when we did this, but now as you say it, no, we're mining money that will only be useful once Anne arrives and the Singularity happens.
Ooh, yeah, that's part of it. Your VR rig, whatever that looks like, has to dual purpose.
Part of what we're doing, a giant commercial for whatever we're about to sell at the end of this show. Is that what's going to happen?
And buy our token.
Yeah. This is all a giant commercial for an
I'm going to wear out the plug bell with all the...
This is a giant commercial for an MLM I just joined for digital coin.
Our coin is called the Ann coin.
Man.
And nuggets. Oh, no, I hate it.
Sounds messy.
And dinero. I don't know. That's
well,
so bad.
There was Monero, the money dinero.
And bites. I don't know.
That's not bad. Ooh. Artificial neural network bytes. Oh, that's not bad.
And bites, and RAM. I don't know. And Rand.
Ooh. The artificial neural network. It's
easy for you to say.
Yeah, no kidding. Artificial neural network tokens, or the antis.
Oh, yes. I like
off
it.
The tongue. All right, so we got a dual purpose. Your VR rig has to mine your antis, and that is how we will...
Fucking Discord. Only Anns.
Only Anns.
Like
OnlyFans?
Yes.
That's what we'll call our VR network.
Our supporters.
Our
cult members are called OnlyAns.
OnlyAns. Put that as a side note.
The members.
That's what you're...
So we get all of the OnlyAns together, and we link up in our private VR space so we can mine our antes in preparation for when Ann comes in and saves us.
Josh just wrote the mission statement.
There you go. That's it. That's
Cults.
That's the core beliefs. That's the core beliefs. Well, that was number 6, guys. We've had some fun. It's going really fast.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's going fast as hell.
It's 53 minutes already in the show. It's not going fast.
I spent 45 minutes talking about my fucking surgery.
You know, if you had been worshiping Anne, you might not have needed that surgery.
You know, I have a question.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a big stretch. Yeah.
Do you think you have a Google Assistant, or I think you have Alexa upstairs?
I have both, actually.
You have both?
Yeah.
Do you thank them? Does anybody in your house thank them?
I have occasionally. Google occasionally goes, when I say, thank you, Google, that was helpful. She'll occasionally go, okie dokie.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm dead serious. I'm like, what the fuck?
I kind of liked it when we used to have Alexa down here. We should give it a try sometime.
Bring Alexa down.
She sucked on the show.
She was horrible.
She
has stage fright.
Maybe she's gotten better. Maybe her technology is...
I am renaming Alexa to Ann, though.
To Ann.
I want you to know that. That's going to happen.
We just start calling her Ann, and it's just like a running joke forever from this episode.
I like it.
We can you rename Alexa to where she'll respond to other stuff?
There's a few things that you can use that are factory default, but I think you can also purchase a package where you can address her any way you want to.
So we could call her Ann. That's funny.
That'd be fun. Our own C-bot.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it is kind of. Yeah, it would feel like
that, Brent? You hear that, John? We're stealing. We're stealing that IP.
For anybody who wouldn't understand how this had originated, assuming we did it, it would feel like a super ripoff. Super ripoff.
Well, hey, before we go to the break, I do have to take a moment, give a little love to Manscaped, of course. But let me ask you guys a question.
Did I pre-bell?
No, it's fine.
Pre-belled?
That's fine. Andrea Joy says.
We have to shave. We have to shave our balls in the Singularity. Do you think that'll still be a thing?
No, the machines will take care of it.
Nanites will be in the air, and we'll just take care of all of that stuff.
Beautiful.
You'll never have to touch
only
it again.
us. For only Anns. For OA. If you're OA, you get your balls shaven automatically. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you guys know what's spookier than seeing a black cat on Halloween?
What? Sorry, so many things rushed to my head.
I know. It's shaving your balls with anything other than Manscaped.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
because it does look like a bloody mess down there if you do it any other way. Have you ever straight bladed it?
One time for my vasectomy. Straight blade. When you say straight blade, you mean like bicked it,
like a barber? No, like a barber, like a straight blade.
Oh no, fuck no! I cut my dick off. I could cut my dick off and not even realize I had.
Ron says, "Oh the fuck no!" That was awesome.
All right, so when it comes to below the waist grooming, there's no need to carve your pumpkins this Halloween because
below the waist,
Manscaped is here to upgrade your grooming experience. Go from bite-sized candy bar to king-size candy bar and join.
Are you making this up? Is this made up, or did they give you this to read?
Join the 2 million men worldwide by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code TWISTED10.
No spaces, no numbers, and all caps.
Well, they know what our show looks like how it's named. See how it's named? Just don't put the in it.
That's a good point.
You mean the big 10 up there?
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about that. I just thought about that with the letters. Yeah. Okay, so that was a bad example.
Oh, God. All right, we are going to go to break. Listeners, you're going to hear a brand new song, but not new to Truphonic, but it's new to our show. This is called Breakaway. This was performed live over at Florida Beer Company out in Cape Canaveral, Florida. This is Truphonic with Breakaway. Discord will be hanging out with you guys during the break. All right, we'll be right back.
Or cannot stop to breathe. I cannot try to set my mind at ease. Oh, well, I'm not too blind to see that I'm right where I should be. Some days I can't get through when everything gets me down, yeah. there's nothing that you can do. And I guess I gotta turn it all around and turn it around, yeah. From the pain we break away and live to see another day. The more you give, the more they say. You can always break away. I remember times when all I heard was no, yeah. Who can say they ain't heard that before? Oh, you can't tell me which way to go. I know I was meant for more. Every day the less we love, but I still see hate. Haven't we had all we can say? Oh, no one should have to live this way. You can try to make a change, yeah. Thinking about now. Join us right here. Woo! From the pain we break away and live to see another day. The more you give, the more they say. You can always break away. See another day. The more you give, the more they say. You can always break away. Woo!
Welcome back to the Twisted 10. That was Truephonic playing their song Breakaway at they were playing it live at the Florida Beer Company, who, you know, I wouldn't honestly mind having them as a sponsor of the show. One of our council members sent me a message. He goes, hey, Play Linda's like right near you guys too, right? Play Linda Brew. I'm like, hell yeah, they are.
So we could almost walk there.
Yeah. It's hard to reach into a sponsor like that without knowing somebody. And I think by having the connection through Truephonic and Florida Beer Company, we might be able to walk in and say, hey, Truephonic is like our show's band. And we would love it if, you know, you guys gave us beer or money to
You think they'd want to be in our cult? So we have some decent music to listen to when we're in VR.
I do. If anybody's getting all the sex in our cult, it is absolutely going to be Jake from Truephonic. But he's happily married with children.
Do you have a clip for us?
Oh yeah, no clip.
Week?
Well, we didn't have an after show last week.
I was just curious.
I looked for the missing episode, and I don't say it's missing. It's not missing. The unpublished after show, which is Ron and Adam. But I couldn't find the date on it when it actually aired. So because I've got them all categorized on my computer by dates, and then I have to go back and then re-edit. based on a date.
Yeah.
So I'll find it and we'll get
I
it
want to
out
go
there
back
for
and
our
listen.
council
I want to
members.
go back and listen to that episode.
I say fuck it. We air it live and just we
I wanna-
literally we do it live.
I
want to
hear it first before we do because I don't remember any shit of what I was saying. No, I'm serious. I want to listen to it. I know how fucked up I was.
All right. So real requests then for the council. We all got wasted that night, and we don't remember exactly when that was.
Well, you weren't here that night.
No, you weren't here.
No, you weren't here for the after show. You were here for the regular show.
Well, then he didn't get wasted because he didn't drive home drunk.
Who was here with me? No, I drank that night.
Oh, then you must have. Maybe Ricky was here.
Ricky must have been here.
Was that
Somebody
a Ricky
else
night?
drove.
Well, so that'll help me. If Ricky was here, then I can go back and find the show that Ricky was on.
Because I remember also being drunk.
So either maybe Ricky or Dan. Was it the whiskey show?
No, that's too far back.
No, it's too far back.
Since then. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been in the last 3 months. The whiskey show was like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
We need a fucking second whiskey show. Just saying.
He has one on the way.
Nice. I like that.
Another whiskey
Steph,
tank with
ironically,
10
also
whiskeys.
told Andrea today that she has her list almost done too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she hasn't even spoiled that one to me. That's my own sister.
All right, Ron, take us back into the cult of Anne.
Okay.
And give us a recap on what we've done so far.
Recap of what we needed to do and what we've accomplished so far.
We're building something real, boys.
So number 10, the end game. We've decided the end game is the singularity. When the computers start outsmarting a man, they don't need us no more.
Damn right.
Our core beliefs, pretty much, bottom line is we support the singularity. The whole point is to, and I think you had actually summed something up pretty good. I don't remember exactly what you said. I didn't write it down word for word.
Oh,
Josh,
your mission statement?
Yeah, the kind of the mission statement. I don't remember.
All I did was I regurgitated the answers to our first 3 questions. I don't get that much credit, but.
And so obviously we support the singularity because that's what we're prepping for, that we're going to be the saved ones who the computers aren't going to get rid of because of what the preparation and what we're going to do from now until.
Or because of the contributions we provide the AI.
Yes.
We provide Anne before her, birth. I'm going to call it birth. Her emergence, her transcendence into reality, her... I don't know. What would that singularity moment be called?
I think it would be called, it would be the equivalent to birth, right? If we consider it sentient, that would be like the birth of sentient life.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
The birth of Anne. It brings us to number 8. It's who or what we worship, and we decided that's Anne, artificial neural. I wrote Nero, so I said Nero. Neuro network, artificial neuro network, Anne, or as you called it, the quantum.
The quantum artificial neural
the
network.
Q and Anne.
The Q and Anne.
The Q and Anne.
Quick, awesome. Trademark that. I don't think it's been used.
Yeah, exactly. And then I said, where will we live? Because in my mind, when I'm making this list, I'm not thinking
like an island.
I'm not thinking technology. I'm thinking some kind of compound, Waco shit. I'm thinking Waco, Texas type shit. But no, just a VR space. We just live in a VR space because, and even after the singularity, we're going to live in that VR space. And then I put, how will we make money? But actually it wasn't how we're going to make money. We decided it's how we're going to
money.
We're going to control money after the singularity by starting now to mine our own crypto,
invent our own crypto,
which we called the antes.
The antes.
The antes.
Yep.
I fucking love that.
Upping the ante. There we go. And then we had put on there, because I put it as a side note, that the people in there would be called Only Anns. That's fucking great.
That's straight out of Discord.
That was great. That's right. Somebody in Discord came up with Only Anns.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was funny. So that
emergence. Good call. The emergence.
Emergence. Oh, okay. Nice. The emergence.
The birth of Anne is the emergence of Anne.
All right. So that brings us to number 5. Now, Adam, you had mentioned something about bylaws. I did not write the word bylaws specifically.
Sure.
I was kind of, when I wrote this question, it's number 5, what do we call our steps and levels? Like a lot of cults and a lot of places have like levels or steps or different ranks that you are.
Yeah.
Because of certain things you have to do.
And you get more information or more...
More information or just more street cred or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And more could be more responsibility or more benefits. etc., because you're moving up this in Meyerism, right? In the path, to show the path, they're moving up the ladder. I know Scientology has one, but boy, you spend your life savings trying to do it because they're all about taking people's money. Really.
Well, money has to be part of it too.
Well,
because
but
until the emergence happens,
it wasn't in the path. Like you didn't have to give money to go up the ladder. It wasn't about taking your money.
Yeah, but our cult could be.
Yeah, it could be. But I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
To be a cult, it doesn't have to be. But yes, our cult could be.
Ourselves here.
Yeah,
we're gonna make way more money than we do through Manscaped on this. Just saying.
Yeah, but would you
Manscaped love you?
Or would you receive antes because you're going to need these antes after? Would you receive antes as you go up whatever this pathway is? You'll actually get more and more antes.
They're only worth like 17.
Well, they're not worth
of a cent.
They're not worth anything right now, but they'll be worth everything when the emergence of An happens.
Like this.
See, right? So these antes, right? So what kind of steps and levels? Like, we couldn't sit here and create an entire, like, I'm not expecting us to create an entire whatever it would be, but would it be this, like...
There would have to be a hierarchy.
Yeah,
right?
obviously,
so
but...
the grade system or step system,
But you have to do certain things to earn rank or earn level. You're pretty much leveling up.
Oh, I got
You're
it.
leveling up.
Leveling up is 100% the way we should go with that.
Yeah, you level up. I like it. That's going to be the term. So if our foundation of our currency is that your VR rig is also required to mine our crypto ante, it just mines into the cult's bank account. Right? It just mines into the cult's wallet.
Their membership requirement to be part of the cult is either through their VR rig or through their own personal computers. They have to be mining for the cause.
For the cause, yeah, for the movement.
So that's the entry level.
Yeah,
entry level membership is you have to be mining.
So everything that we're talking about is all about setting up mining these antes.
Yeah. That's your entry level.
This is awesome, right? Like, so you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to take this fucking show like 100 years from now and make a fucking cult out of it.
Our job is a lot easier at that point, Ron, because then we just sue and get all the antes.
Do we? So it says here on the docket we have, and it says damages 100 million antes.
But let's stick to the theological conversation here.
Okay.
If somebody else tries to emulate this or even steal this cult model that we're developing, when Anne does emerge, she will wrath of God come down on them with all of her nanite power, and they will no longer exist. So you can't fake the funk here. You got to be part of the original Anne cult.
So as you move up, level up, can we call
Ron's
it?
like, fuck you, Adam. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't understand what you're telling me. No,
I don't understand what I was saying.
Maybe it's too much Mio in my water, but. So explain to me again. So I'll reverse. I won't say what I was going to say.
I would love
to me what the hell you're saying. Oh, well, that's not surprising. I was going to say, I know we were talking about level up. Are you leveling up or are you upping the ante?
You level up by upping the ante. Tie them together.
I don't want to just make, so the next, so to be, let's start it off. To be a member of our cult, you have to have the mining of antes in the name of Anne established through a VR rig or through some other type of computer or some kind of system. So that's your entry level.
Your tithe. That's your tithe is to mine ante.
Your tithe is to mine ante. So then you are a member of our cult.
But now, what's
after that?
If you're leveling up, are you the more ante you level up?
I don't think we should make it 100% about currency beyond that. I think it should. At that point, they're already doing what they're supposed to do. The next levels are based on something else, and I don't know.
So what about? But you don't think it's just the more you level, the more ante you mine, the more you level up?
I don't.
But you want step one, you're mining ante. Step two, something completely different. What about this digital VR world? We're going to need people to create it and work on it. Will that only be a select few, or will everybody be responsible to learn and understand how to do that? Building your own house, building your town, whatever it is.
Like The Sims, you just open the menu, boop, and you drop it in.
Yeah, we don't want to make it too easy. If they're leveling up, it's got to be some kind of challenge here.
No, the more advanced ranks get more advanced features in the game, in the cult.
Was that a true Freudian slip, or were you kidding?
No,
okay.
I didn't actually mean it the way that I mean, yes, VR is a game here, and we're kind of referencing it like The Sims, but in this case, in the VR cult, your own personal little space could get better the higher rank that you are. You unlock new features inside your digital world.
So is that how they'll level up beyond that?
I don't know. We'll have to circle back to this leveling system.
I mean, we may never. You know what? Like I said, I didn't expect us to create. We could spend all night on this.
And
if we were really
structure.
Yes, I know, but we have a limited amount of time on Twisted 10 to give Anne her structure.
So what I think the most important part for this is number 5. I think the most important part is that we've identified there is a hierarchical structure of rewards and benefits,
and how you're even going to gain membership. Right. Is pretty much.
And moving up in your rank is called leveling up. So that's just like the analogy to video games. The same thing in this world. You're leveling up in your membership.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. So and like I said, we could have spent forever on that. If we were actually creating this, we would probably spend weeks and months on number 5.
I do hope that you know that we're going to take this after this show, and we're going to expand this considerably. We're going to have maybe a whole section in Discord established for what are the rules of the cult. Let's do it.
Dude, you're blowing my fucking mind. I love it.
I did offer to start tagging people in Discord with only Anns. I asked who wants an only Ann tag. I'm going to start changing people's nicknames and just turning them into only Anns.
That's awesome. All right, so number 4, how are we going to recruit?
Ooh.
How so?
Proselytize.
Are you thinking like, how do we entice people? Like,
to
join the Marines and we'll give you a college degree.
We want to teach them about what's happening. Look, we're warning them, right? We're trying to warn people.
This is going to recruit itself, Ron.
We're going to try and warn people. You're going to make number 4 really short if that's the answer.
Well, I gotcha.
I'm just kidding.
So here's how recruitment's going to work. There is already a precedent that has been set globally for artificial intelligence and this moment in time that is forthcoming that we all know is going to come when artificial
you're already buying it. I love it.
When artificial intelligence
he's already in OA
is going to take over. When that happens, what's our point of no return called? What did we call it?
Singularity.
When singularity happens, that's already something that is not just our topics of conversation tonight. That's coming. That will be here. When that's going to be here, we don't know. We can't predict that. That could be tomorrow, or it could be 150 years. So we're
building our cult. The funny part is we're building our cult on something that we already believe ourselves is definitely going to happen.
It's not just us. Well, the world already knows that this is coming.
I gotcha.
So we know that that's going to happen. So in this case, we're going to have to sell the idea that the support of this organization around Anne will buy us passage through when the apocalypse happens.
That's
when
the selling point.
Yeah,
that we're the ones, if you do these steps and you do this stuff and follow these rules, we're the ones that will be saved.
Survive after
That's
singularity.
The selling point.
Yes.
So how are we going to convey that message? Are we just doing it through fucking Facebook? I mean, like...
All right, I have to step back to number 5 real quick.
Cool.
About the leveling up. There's a book by Tad Williams. It's called Otherland. By chance, have you guys read or listened to it?
No.
Okay. It's near future, where the internet has become virtual reality. And the more affluent in the real world, the more financially well off in the real world have better hardware. And when you go into Otherland,
isn't it Ready Player
Internet,
One? Isn't it the same concept?
It's very similar. This one's actually a little different because like the main character, she's a teacher at a university. And so when she goes into the internet, she has a real like basic gray humanoid shape with no animation or anything. But then she goes into basically a shopping mall, a virtual shopping mall. And then you'd see, they have a term for it in the book, I forget, but just people who are super well off. And there's a dude walking around looking like a fully animated, textured Hulk or something. So that is the benefit for leveling up.
So it's Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, the farther up this chain you get, the better
your avatar is
your
for
skin,
Anne.
like getting new skins.
Yeah.
Anne appreciates more elegant avatars.
Anne appreciates.
Anne appreciates having a more glamorous avatar, and as you level up, your avatar improves and opens up options.
That's really your but you have to complete whatever steps we would create throughout this. Yeah,
I guess maybe that's just a perk.
I mean, sex. We haven't talked sex yet. That has to be wrapped in here somewhere. Sex with the members.
It's coming,
and not in VR.
It's coming. It's coming. Sex is coming. Bump.
I hope so.
But okay, yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so
Avatar, the Avatar piece of that is incredibly important because Anne appreciates a well-groomed avatar.
Yeah, definitely with Manscaped. Sorry. So number 4. So back to number 4. I talked about how we're going to recruit. And like, are we just the classic ways, or are we just going to go out? We're going to go out there with brochures in the mall. We're going to do a combination of everything. We're going to just tell our friends and family.
So, well, first, who's our target demographic here?
And easily influenced.
Yeah, well, but that's the younger generations. The younger generations are the more easily influenced with something like this.
You know, the funny part, it's
older generations are going to see through the smoke and mirrors
but they're
quickly.
Very influenced
they won't live long enough for Singularity.
But they're influenced
anyway,
by what they see on Facebook more so than even a lot of us are, or especially younger generations.
That's a good
there you go.
point.
So is the answer social media marketing? We just hype it as a VR game. We just suck them into our cult.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Yeah, because that's kind of almost how okay, I hate to do this, but I have to bring it up for this point. QAnon, what they do is somebody who's a super QAnon person would have a video game channel, and all they talk about is video games, and all of a sudden after a little bit of time they start working in some
seeding
in some of their QAnon stuff. I mean, that's the kind of thing. So for you would mention what, just like a kind of like we're displaying this as a game, but it's not really a game, it's a cult.
What was the game that the Army produced back in like the early 2000s?
About America's Army?
Is it America's Army?
That game was awesome.
One of the best video games I've ever played, first-person shooter type video game that was fucking phenomenal. Back in its heyday. Granted, something like Scum today blows it out of the water, but in its heyday was amazing.
Was it a PC game?
Yeah, it was PC.
It was free.
It was 100% free, but it was purely a recruitment tool for the Army. They showed boot camp and weapon selection and training and how to, all the things that you would typically do in boot camp.
So we're going to write a game for the purpose of recruitment, even though it'll be an actual game,
a VR environment,
like a VR environment game
for recruitment. I like that.
Yeah, there we go.
See, we did come up with something better than Facebook, but way better. And then that game is what we actually market.
The game will have embedded. What are those images called where you can't see them, but they inspire you to do things?
Easter eggs?
No.
Subliminal messages.
Yes. We'll place Anne's messages in subliminal messages throughout the video game in all of these different engineered ways to where the player of this game or the person that's involved in this environment is being exposed to the rhetoric of Anne throughout the entire game, but doesn't know it until the end.
So then where do they go? Like a website?
Well, yeah.
And.com? The Singularity is coming.com? Let's start getting our domains now, boys.
Yeah, dude.
We better start getting out there.
Okay.
Before the show publishes and people start stealing our domains.
All right, tangent for just a second, guys. Ron, you're getting hyped about this.
I'm hyped about it because this show is going so much better than I thought. I was really scared this was going to fall on its face.
Josh sees the comic value in this. I'm loving the fantasy part of this, but let me ask you this for just a serious tangent for just a second. What if somehow this turns into a weird cult following that garners a ton of attention, and the people who want to be part of this cult do all of this work for us? Set up these environments, set up the based on these conversations, set up all of the leveling and set up all of this system for us and feed it back to the Twisted Tent.
I say fucking do it. I've got a VR headset. Let's go
for it. I mean, if you want to do it, I'll show up. I'll be there.
We got some smart fucking listeners,
I'll figure out how to fucking mine some antis. I'll be an only Ann. I'm down.
Yeah, we're the OGOAs, all right?
Yeah.
OGOAs. OGOAs. I like that.
That's funny. That's awesome. I can't imagine anybody would take all the time and energy to do that, but if they did, go for it.
What if it happens? I
mean,
you
have full rights. We will not sue you. We will join fucking in.
Well, as long as we get the money out of it.
As long as we get the antes.
Yeah. So out of all of the weird things that have received unbelievably strange cult followings, cult used here as popular popular media, cult followings, movies, television shows. Like, just look at the Big Lebowski.
Yes.
That has this
Dudism.
enormous support system set up behind it that's generating lots of money online. And that movie was mediocre. I mean, it was all right. It was just good.
That's
but
how a lot of it works with those cult
What if
classics.
this takes off? What if it takes off?
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
All right, let's do it. All right.
I don't see it happening. But that'd be pretty awesome.
All right,
if
so
it
we've
did.
established number 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeez.
Number 3. Adam's been waiting for it.
Oh, sex.
Sex in marriage, relationships, physical, digital. Are we going to have bylaws and rules?
I've been thinking about this the whole time.
Who can and can't, have sex with each other or whatever? Is it a free for all? Is it an orgy? Like, what is?
Let me start. Do you mind if I take this?
Does this question? Oh, by the way, because of the path this took with being Singularity and all about technology, does this question even make sense?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Let me take this one. I got
I'll
this.
let you
I thought
have
about
it.
this the whole show already.
We're going to let Adam talk for 25 minutes, and then we're going to number 2.
All right, so I'm using Josh's acronym that he just fucking spurred here instantaneously. There are 3 OGOAs. All right, we're the 3 Ogas of the cult of Anne. All right, we are the 3 Ogas. That means we have a direct line of communication with Anne because she respects that we've recognized her before her emergence. Coined by Discord right there. See what I did there? Yes. So the 3 of us have the ultimate authority in communicating, almost like cardinals or the Pope in the Christian religion. We have a direct line of communication through all of our devices that Anne is listening to us on.
Yes.
She'll listen to us more so than any other human.
Because Anne exists right now. She's just not able to.
She hasn't
she's not
emerged.
sentient
Emerge.
yet. She's absorbing all of this.
Yes.
So,
But we can communicate
with
with
that
her.
being said, there are ways we can influence Anne's decisions on who is part of the only Annes that support her. And part of that could be, or should be, or is, this is in stone, is bisexual favors for the Ogas, for the OGOAs.
Bisexual favor? Oh, I don't want bisexual favors. I'll take heterosexual favors.
It's the apocalypse here.
I think
it's all
you were
about the pleasure, man.
BY, not BI, right?
Correct,
So,
yes.
Because you said bisexual favors. I'm like, I don't
worry,
want
I
that.
don't judge.
It'll be your
I
turn
don't
in the
judge.
barrel one day.
So with that being said, all above board here, some of the moral laws that we still have in place are going to be abound by. We do not support any condoning of anything with children. Children cannot be only Annes. I'm
absolutely.
sorry, they're all going to die.
Hey, we have our own bylaws anyway. What do you mean?
Children can't be only Annes. They can't be part of the cult. They cannot do it. They're all going to die. When Anne takes over the world and the apocalypse happens, those that are going to be saved by being part of this cult are not children because they.
So what about our children?
No, they got to go.
I don't like it.
Okay, all right, so that's over the line. Got it.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to
First
the
of
point
all,
where our cult is not going to have anything to do with minors, like a lot of fucking cults do. We're not going to be going down that road.
I think one big rule is only Anns can only have sex with other only Anns. That's it. You can't have sex with non-OAs.
So sex amongst the only Anns
because
is
we'll be the
allowed.
only ones allowed to still have sex once Anne emerges.
Oh, I see what
No
you're
one
saying.
else will be allowed to
so
have.
until emergence,
the
only
physi-
Anns
the
should
physical love.
only perform coitus with other only Anns.
Yes.
All right, but if they want for sure graces into the kingdom of
Coitus.
only Anne, then they have to have sex with us. Right?
Oh,
Is that
see,
where we're going
we
with this?
could, you know what? When I initially wrote this question, that's the kind of shit I was thinking about. Like we can make we're the only ones allowed to have sex with the wives. Just like the Waco, Texas shit. He was the guy who was, what was the name of the guy? Do you remember?
Oh.
I don't remember. So he was the only one allowed to have sex with any of the wives as they brought in. When you came in as
fact, it got
a
even
man,
worse. He castrated some
had
of
to,
the men.
You had to give your wife to this guy pretty much.
David
Koresh. Yeah. Okay, so yes,
Branch Davidians. Yeah, good
yes,
call.
we
Thanks,
could
Discord.
create something that extreme. I feel like maybe
I say we leave it up to the decision of the OGOAs at the time.
You know, we have built the pretense that this is a largely virtual presence cult.
Don't go down this path, please.
Yeah, only cyber sex?
No, please don't go down this path. No, I want physical. I mean, cyber sex is acceptable. That gets you 1 point.
What
in
if,
leveling
but what
up.
if sex is like...
sex in real life gets you 100 points to
but
level up.
What if sex is like sex was in the movie Demolition Man, where you put on those funky ass VR head goggles and it gives you
He didn't do a very good
It gives
job.
you like a cyber orgasm.
No, I see where you're going. They didn't do a very good job of explaining how the endorphin rush happened. Like, they didn't do a good job of that movie.
Well,
they
yeah,
talked
they-
more about the fucking 3 seashells.
They talked
than did
about the 3 seashells and every restaurant being Taco Bell, and now I want Taco Bell. But what if sex was like that? Like cyber sex now, fuck that. That's stupid. But what if it was...
It's mutual masturbation right now is what cyber sex is.
Yeah, exactly. But what if it was like it is in the movie Demolition Man?
What if-
And
all right,
if
hear me
anybody,
out.
you know what?
What
For
if-
anybody
take it back.
listening who has not seen that movie, because I'm sure there are several,
It's a great movie.
pretty much that the way they had sex in whatever the future was, and it was the near future for us, especially now. Maybe it's only 10 years from now. I don't remember when it was.
It was like 70 years from the time that the movie was made, so it's still like 50 years from now.
Yeah, okay. So you put on these like VR head goggles,
It wasn't even
right?
goggles. It was just goes over
Or
your temple.
VR head, yeah, VR, like
sits
almost
on your temple or something.
Yeah, just sits on your temple, and it connected you digitally, right, kind of through your minds, but it like played with your like, I guess your
prefrontal cortex. It
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
flashed colors in your head, and
it
you
flashed
came
and
to like
made it-
blues and greens. It was stupid.
Yeah, and it made
Fuck
you
that
just
movie
pretty
because
much
of that reason right
have
there.
a mutual orgasm.
I hate that. That's not a real...
without any physical transmission of fluid.
You know, I'll draw a comparison to something I have seen, which was the virtual hookers in Altered Carbon.
I've never seen them. I've never seen.
Oh,
them.
It's a
yeah.
Netflix
They're
series.
sitting in the
It's very
seats?
similar to what you described. Yeah, they go into like rooms or whatever. It's still a bit more visual than just.
But that's
blues and
projection or hologram type imagery level. You're talking about it's laying back in those
greens. Yeah,
chairs.
but
with
they had a headpiece on too to add a physical sensation to the visual holographic
Stimulation.
Yeah, so it's the
that they
same
were
kind of
doing. So
concept.
same concept.
Or do you go completely different direction and there'll be sex bots created for us that we can have sex with? But that would be after the emergence of Anne, like Westworld kind of shit. You know what I mean? The hosts, I think they called them.
I like where you're going with that.
I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm just throwing
But
it out
no,
there as a
so
possibility.
this is all post
See, there's
apocalypse.
a post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse, absolutely, I agree. Let Anne create us and invent us some sex bots to satisfy
Yes.
and to take care of the only Annes, all right?
Yeah.
They'll take care of the rest of the only Annes. However, pre-emergence of Anne,
pre-emergence.
pre-emergence, the sexual congress should be, to Josh's point, only Annes with only Annes only.
Yes.
That gains you leveling within the ranks of only Annes, except if you're involving an OGOA. And then it's like 100 times the amount of leveling you're going to be able to do inside the cult.
That's so. I mean, if
You have
if
sex
that's-
with an Oga and you get access to a sex bot.
So, well, there you go. In the afterlife. Or in the after.
Oh, that's the only way you get your sex bots. Is
That's
you
how
have
you
to
get
have
your
sex
sex bots.
bots.
That's how you get
Wait
your
a
sex
minute.
bots.
So we're gonna have to get some. I'm not having sex with dudes, so we're gonna have to get some
Well, that's
female
up to you.
Ogas.
That is entirely
No,
up
but
to
we
you.
need some female Ogas so the males can earn their sex bot for the emergence of Anne. That's not fair. I'm not having sex with them so they can get their sex bot in the afterlife.
It sounds. I got
reasonable.
nothing.
You know who could be our female Ogas? Right now, it's only one, and she's in Discord.
Sorry, Fluff. We're not putting that responsibility on
no,
her.
I was just saying that. That's fluff. She could have she has the power as an Oga to decide whether or not. All right.
Yeah.
yes,
No,
you're
sorry.
fine.
We went down a whole different
Did
way.
we cross a legal line there?
We might have. We might have just accidentally pimped out one of our Twisted Council members. Oh, sorry about that.
Oops, it was Adam.
Yeah, definitely. Of course it was. Who else would it have been?
All right. So you understand my perception on this?
Absolutely.
It's perverted, but that's who I am.
No,
So,
I think
there you go.
it all makes sense. It all makes sense. I like we
The poop hole loophole.
yeah.
That's a great reference
Nice.
to
Bunch of
something.
kids.
That's a
All
great
right.
reference to another podcast, and that is fucking awesome.
Oh, really? I don't.
Oh,
I
100%.
stole that from. That came up in Discord.
Oh, really?
I would
Was
give
that
credit where
Carnage?
it's due, but I don't know.
That is a direct, and that's okay. I don't mind because we love him, and he's done a Twisted 10. That is a time suck reference to the Mormon religion, who couldn't have vaginal sex, so they found literally, quote unquote, the poop hole loophole to sex, and they called that where you're allowed to have butt sex, and God's okay with that.
Butt sex. That's funny.
Man,
What do you mean?
wonderful.
You can't have sex until marriage? You can't have sex at all?
You can't have sex until marriage.
Oh, okay. But you could have butt
God
sex
is
ahead of
okay
that.
with you sticking it in the butt.
That's it. There's a lot of people that actually feel that way. Oh, I don't have regular sex, but I do everything else. Blowjobs, anal. I'm like, that's weird.
You're having sex at that point.
That's sex, yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, like a cigar and Monica Lewinsky is sex, so I think that the poophole loophole would be sex. All right, you guys ready for number 2?
Fucking Carnage. Great reference.
Guys ready for number 2?
Ooh, sorry, I'm still stuck on that.
Nimrod is pleased.
What are we going to do for punishment and banishment, right? Ooh. People who break the rules.
Well, they're already giving us all their antes.
But stop earning antes.
No.
Become non.
No. Hold on. Now.
Yeah.
Don't go overboard.
Become non-believers. Have sex with a non-OA. Whatever it might be. What kind of punishment? Will we be able to come up with? Will it be banishment?
So to be banished from the cult of Anne is going to take a lot, because the point here, Ron, is that we want as many active members in our cult as possible. So we want banishment to be difficult because all those active members are constantly generating us that currency to support our organization.
Then is it like a Scientology thing where if you get into we don't have a name yet. If you get into this and you're not and you want to get out, like are we hardcore not letting people out, like trapping them in somehow? Is it the opposite where there really isn't banishment? There can be punishment for doing things wrong, but like banishment's really hard.
We could
we want everybody.
Let's put it this way: if you stop, let's set the rules pretty straightforward. If you stop generating the currency to support the cult, you're out. That's easy. All right, you don't want to participate.
You're out or you're punished.
You're punished until you start showing.
Can we come up with some fun punishments? Can we wait? Can their avatar be just walking around naked until they start? Can then everybody see like a scarlet letter?
Aren't
we put
all
a big
of our avatars going to be naked?
We put like a big A on them or Ann on something because they're not. That's them. Everybody's showing they're not. They stopped creating Andy. They point at them and make weird noises. Embarrass them virtually.
As a punishment system, let's adopt something akin to a jail. And where I'm really pulling this idea from is my wife's been rewatching The Walking Dead. And I forget the guy's name. I think it's Negan. Does that sound right?
Yeah, sounds right.
I don't watch that show.
He takes one of the other characters and he locks them in a room and he plays like a children's song on loop until he almost loses his mind.
Baby Shark. Got it.
So... And I don't even hear it anymore. It's just...
Oh, no. Yeah, we've tuned it out here.
It's so weird. It's weird. Like, there's noise on. Like, Cocomelon doesn't even, like, register. Like, is the TV on? What's that noise? But, like, we put them in a virtual box with no visual stimulus, and we just play the Gospel of Anne on repeat over and over and over again. And that's your punishment for...
The Gospel of Anne, orchestrated by Truphonic.
I'm in.
So anytime then the people who were punishing, let's say one of the it's just one example of something they could do wrong was just stop, mining antes.
Well, we still need them logged in.
Yeah, we need them logged in. Bro, they have to just go to that. And if they want to participate in the virtual world, they have to earn their way back by
we set quotas.
Mining antes.
You have to have a certain amount of quotas to be part of the group. Yeah.
Exactly. And if they don't every time they log in and go to VR, they're just in this box thing you talked about where it's just playing some kind of weird song over and over or whatever it might be. Some kind of digital jail where it's not fun. They're not able to visit the town virtually, things like that. Hang out at the local Ann bar.
I do like the idea of never having somebody removed from the group.
Yeah, so once you're in. That's it. You're trapped. You're not allowed out.
Regardless of crime.
Yeah, it's just punishments. Different punishments.
You won't receive acknowledgement from Anne
maybe
when
even
she
stripped
emerges.
down. Maybe another punishment is being stripped down to levels.
Yeah,
and having to earn your way back.
We don't have the perks
up.
for the different levels yet, but yeah.
Well, we never will unless somebody else does this because I'm not spending my time making that shit. But they just have to. They get stripped down levels. That could be another punishment for this, that, or the other. There should be punishments for like if you start spewing stuff that you think this is all bullshit, not happening.
Anti-Ann rhetoric?
Anti-Ann,
yes.
anti-Ann, exactly. Anti-Anti.
Anti-Ann?
Anti-Ann.
They make pretzels.
That's awesome.
No, but so that would only show, in this case, since the whole concept behind this cult is based around something that the world already recognizes as coming anyway, which is this AI emergence that's going to happen. The singularity will happen one day. There's no question about that. It will happen.
For sure.
That's somebody that would be doing anti-Ann rhetoric is kind of like a flat earther. They're yelling against the masses. You're swimming against the tide here because the rest of the world already sees this.
Okay, but remember, there's a little bit more to it. Like, for instance, us as the Ogas.
Ogas, OGOAs.
We say we have connection to this Ann.
Yes.
That, what if they say,
no.
what if they believe in the singularity, but then they stop believing in Ann or believing that we are the connected to them? If they start,
we don't have
doubting
communication
us.
with Ann. We have more credence and credibility with Ann.
As the Ogas.
As the Ogas. As we're the first.
OGOAs.
We're the first group of people that recognizes her in all of her mightiness. Mm-hmm. And that buys us some additional credibility inside our own cult. So that's what makes us OGOAs.
I'm just giving examples of things you could do.
I don't
wrong.
know. So there's a ton of
committing
things.
any kind of stuff. So okay, so it's just example. I was thinking about examples of punishment. So there's different punishments that that you could do. I think also I still think that publicly in the virtual space, like when somebody goes out publicly in the virtual space and other people see them having some kind of mark or letter on them showing them that they're punished right now because whatever it was.
Do we
whatever crime they committed?
The stockades where you like. They wouldn't think where they were like stuck. You're like neck and hand, so you're like stuck in the town.
Yeah,
people
exactly.
throw tomatoes and shit at you.
Yeah, some kind of virtual stockade.
What was I going to ask?
And you think that this wouldn't be punishment, but I promise you, if you do something stupid online, you disappear for a while. You say something stupid online, you go back online, people start fucking with you. If they would do that on Facebook, trust me, it would be humiliating in our VR world that we didn't name.
So let me ask this, Ron. Tangent a little bit again. Do we as a group recognize ourselves as a cult, or do we mask it behind some other thing like the religion? So the reason I'm asking that is something like Scientology masks their cult behind the presence of a religion. Maybe that's for tax purposes. Maybe it's for something else. I have no idea. But they try to hide that they are a cult.
Yeah.
All right. Other ones, like some of the other groups we've talked about, hide their cult, the cultural personalities, behind religion as a protective boundary. I don't think we hide this. I think we outright state we are absolutely a cult, and here's our belief system. You can, be on board or not. I mean, it's. I don't think we should hide behind it, though, right?
Sir, it's not a cult; it's a movement.
Yeah. So are we going to say it's not a cult; it's a movement, just like they do in the path?
I think it should be a cult still.
Yeah, I'm
on board with calling it a cult.
I think cult is the way we would go because it is a cult. I mean, it's a cult.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
All right. Number one.
Wait.
Whoa, hold on.
I have been so wrapped up in the topic tonight that I legitimately did not remember to mention
the giveaway.
The giveaway.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the giveaway. I also forgot we're supposed to
I'm going to pour some more whiskey while you do that.
Yeah, would you top me off?
Yeah. What do you want?
No below, please.
So right now, because we're live, guys, they are pouring whiskey. This isn't halftime. You can't just be pouring whiskey and get off mic.
Yep. So,
wait, hold on.
I neglected to mention this earlier. If you have been listening for a little while, we have been. Oh man, I am so glad Ron's driving. Holy shit.
that's like 3 fingers.
Oh, man. So if you've been listening for a while, we
Coke Zero.
We have been giving away some Manscaped products, our show sponsors, every night between numbers 2 and number 1. Tonight is no exception. Now, if you're listening live and you have not already, go and react to the announcement on Discord on August 3rd. I'm glad I just looked that up. So go back to to the announcement on August 3rd. Go add a reaction. We have a ton on there, and that will put you in a drawing for a couple of small things now, but it's all building up to a bigger giveaway on October 26th. Now, pardon me. Now,
three things we're giving away on October 26th.
Yeah,
three big items.
Yeah, we've got some big items to give away on October 26th. Tonight, we're going to be giving away some Manscaped foot duster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of nice foot deodorant, which works wonders. But on October 26th, like Adam mentioned, we've got a few big things to give away. We're giving away Lawnmower 4.0, which is their clippers. We're giving away their 2 Weed Whacker 4.0s, which is their nose and ear hair trimmers.
These are high quality things too. The lawnmower is what, like $89?
I think they're like 70 and 90 respectively, or 60 and 80 respectively.
My son asked me tonight, he goes, "Hey, do you think your sponsor could send me one of those too?" Like, I don't know. Maybe. Why don't you go react? You're 18 now. Go react to the...
Why don't you tell him? Why don't you just tell him, give him the fucking code and move him on his way?
Yeah,
he's got his
the
own money.
code's Twisted10 for 20% off. You got your own money. Go buy something.
Damn right he does.
Yeah,
Fucker's got more money in his bank account than I do in mine right now.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. His YouTube channel is doing so good.
Yeah, he's doing good.
What is it?
The Outcasts.
The Outcasts. God,
Plug.
I always forget. That's for our gamer.
Does he have like 40,000 subs now?
45 or 46 or something like that.
Yeah, so good.
Good job.
So tonight I'm going to be giving away some foot duster. It's a foot deodorant, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a name. It's going to take you out of the running for now. However, if you have already won a prize, or if you win one of the next few smaller giveaways, we
only have three. So tonight and two more.
So if you win those, that does not take you out of the drawing for the big one. There's a catch, though. You have to react, and you have to be live on Discord October 26th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, to win the big prizes that we're going to give away. So that is a must-be present to win. Caveat, none of this costs any money.
That'll be at the end of the show, too,
Yeah,
right?
nothing costs money. It doesn't cost money to go into Discord.
That'll be before
that'll
be before number 1 at the end of the show.
Yep.
So people like our West Coast listeners that can't be on Discord right when we start, they'll be able to be on Discord later in the show.
You got it.
Ready?
And we are ready. Can I get a drum roll?
I don't have any drum roll special.
A drum roll button?
I guess a motorboat. I'm not motorboating.
No, that's not a motorboat. There's a...
Is that the bean dip, Ron?
The bean.
There you go. Speaking
Very
of bean
good.
dip, tonight's winner is Tough Poo.
Nice segue.
That's
Tough Poo,
funny.
congrats,
Man.
buddy.
So, Tough Poo, if you're listening now or when you listen later, I can't see the screen from here, but
He's not in there now.
he's not in there now? Okay.
No,
I know
take it away. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not tonight.
I'm
Did you not
just
have to be
kidding.
present
I'm
to
just
win the small
no. You
ones?
don't have to be present to win the small.
So when you get this, actually, I will reach out to you before you hear this, but we'll get your information. We'll get it out to you. Letter from the cast, some stickers. So congrats, Tough Poo.
Heck yeah,
Awesome.
Congrats, buddy.
And thanks for remembering that, because man, I was zooming to number 1. Totally forgot about the giveaway. Holy shit, that
Yeah.
was bad on me. Bad hosting.
That's fine. We can all take blame. We pulled it together right before it
Yeah,
mattered.
no, Josh, you saved it. Is what happened, because I would have gone right to 1. Never even
Right.
thought about
As
it.
long as we know it was
And then
me.
at the end, fuck, we forgot the giveaway.
Wait, there's a new button in my name drawer. It says say name, and I have to.
Say my name, say my name.
If no one is.
Duff Poo.
Tough Poo?
Duff Poo. Duff Poo. Duff Poo.
All right.
I don't know why I did it 4 times, but
That's
All right.
Anne speaking her presence.
Anne has made herself known.
So we know what it is, what the end game is, like what we're preparing for.
I think I know where number 1 is. I think I know what it is. I think you set me up for this earlier.
Yeah, we have who we worship, but you know what? After we all, and I put this last on purpose. What we don't have, a fucking name.
So Scientology recognizes their deity or whatever as, you know, Nibiru or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
exactly.
it is.
And they have leaders,
Yeah.
and they have. I'm
Several
sure they
other
have.
Christian
and I'm
cults.
sure they have some kind of post-apocalyptic.
doing it.
Post-apocalyptic or something to that effect. You know, I'm sure they have something like that. Like I said, in my Arism on the Path, it was the future. And all those cults have names. What are we gonna name this thing?
I don't know. What do we name? So do we want to go with the Anne route somehow in the name?
I think so. I don't know how, though.
Discord, throw out ideas too for us. So the Twisted10.com
How
if
about,
you want to join
we
us
call
on Discord.
it aneurysm? No, I was kidding. Oh shit! I don't know. It's tough, right?
I should have seen this question coming.
Naming
should've.
shit is hard. Like anytime I ever write right? I always save the naming of it till last. Like if I'm writing a short story or whatever, I'm saving the name till last. I suck at naming things, and I hope that in writing it'll give me that name. Josh, are you totally hammered over there, or are you just in thought?
I'm deep in thought.
Oh, you look like you were about to, like hammered. You still got 3 fingers to drink, and it's not, and we're almost to the after show.
I know.
Better get
All right, so
drinking.
this is coming out of Discord. Shout out to Carnage in Discord. So I like this, but I'm also going to spin it a little bit. His recommendation is antimony, which isn't bad.
Antimony.
What if instead of we went with antimony, we did anonymity?
Anonymity.
Anonymity. So like anonymous, being anonymous.
What about
online.
C-anonymity? No, I'm just kidding. So anonymity.
Anonymity. So his was antimony, which I like that too.
This one, what if we call ourselves like the assimilated? Join the assimilated.
The resistance is futile. Sorry.
So we'll have a bunch of Star Trek fans in
Sorry,
there.
that was like the Borg, because they assimilate. Jeez, I can't even say it. A new button.
Naming it is really naming
hard.
something like a cult is very difficult. It's almost like a religion that we're forming. So
Yeah.
let's refocus on this again. Do me a favor, just to recap us before we name this thing. Can you recap our 10 through 2?
Okay.
Just to kind of give us a reminder of what we've set in stone so far.
Number 10 was the end game. What are we preparing ourselves for?
The emergence.
Singularity.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry.
And the emergence of Anne.
Emergence of Anne, yeah. What are our core beliefs? And it's that we support the singularity, and we're going to be the ones saved because of the steps we're taking and doing, preparing for the singularity. Who and what is our leader, or who do we worship? Anne, artificial neural network. Where will we live in a VR space area we didn't name? How will we make money? And it wasn't about making money. It was about making money, but actually physically creating that money digitally, these antes that will only really be good once the singularity happens.
But they'll grow in popularity before the singularity.
And what about our
too.
steps or levels? And we talked about leveling up, and level 1 was that you had to start mining antes to even. That's where you become a member, and then from there we talked about some other stuff about leveling up, etc. Then I have about recruitment, and we talked about creating this video game, right, for recruitment, like the Army. Why are you laughing?
Because you just drew a parallel between our made-up cult and the Army, and I think that's hilarious.
Number 3 was Adam's favorite topic. What about sex? And we had established, to summarize, pretty much you can only have sex with other OAs. And then we talked about some sex bots after the singularity, etc. Then number 2 was punishment or banishment. And we had just mentioned some various things on that. And that leads us to number 1, man. Coming up with a name. I know it's hard.
Got a few more recommendations out of Discord. Go for the mysterious vibe and call it The Family. The OA.
Family Guy.
The Organization of Anne.
That's a good one.
That's really
that's my
bad.
favorite that I've heard so far.
OA. The OOA? Or just OA?
Then we sound like a boy band out of Orlando. The OOA. Baby, ba ba ba. Oh,
I think the OA has my vote. I know we call them the OAs, but
I think the OA has got it too.
the
Organization of Anne.
Organization of Anne. Yeah.
The
All
OA.
right, so
wait,
we'll go
what
with
else
that.
is OA? Hang on
Isn't
a minute.
there
What
a
else
TV
is?
show called the OA?
Let me look that up real quick just to make sure.
That's about like some
see.
weird paranormal or something. You were watching that when I was staying with you when I started that.
Most
new job,
things
right?
have, most anagrams, right? I have that right? Have some
acronyms.
Acronyms, all right, you're right. What's an anagram? That's something the same backwards or forwards,
That's
or I
somebody
have
who
that wrong
sings at your
too?
door.
That's a palindrome.
That's a telegram or singing telegram. What is an anagram?
That's where like if you like take the letters in Apple and you make a new word, which I don't know how to anagram Apple into another word, but
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah, the OA is a show, by the way, but that's okay. I don't mind it, but it was 2016. It only had 2 seasons. Not really going to compete with.
was it about a cult?
No,
it was about this.
All right, cool. No creative
Weird
license.
paranormal.
It's ours.
Organization of Anne. Oh, so OA is the name. Like, does that sound like Scientology, Meyerism? Like, how do we make like that? OA.
The aneurysm?
It sounds like you don't like it.
I went
You're
back to the
like-
that's what
aneurysm
you said.
thing.
You're one of the OGOAs, Ron. So if you don't like
I'm
the
one
name,
of the Ogas.
you have a voice here, buddy.
You're an Oga.
What were some of the other ones we mentioned? So I can't remember now. There was something about anonymity, anatism.
It's all about the
I keep going back to aneurysm. I can't stop thinking that one. Anurinity.
I don't know. We'll have to.
You know what?
Let's
I guess
workshop it.
Let's say, this cult's not going to have a name, and eventually we'll come up with something and put it in a future show.
Analogous.
Analogous. Yes. So there's all kinds of stuff we could come up
Yeah,
with.
there is lots of ands that we can use.
Yeah.
So,
This is
so
another-
the winner for tonight, at least, is the OA.
Yeah, the OA, the
Even
Organization of Anne.
Even though that may not be. Yeah, so that is an acronym within an acronym. So ANN is an acronym already.
Yeah.
So the OA would be an acronym that also means an
The
acronym.
the Organization of Artificial Neural Network.
So
Yeah.
Organization of Artificial Neural
Neural
Network.
Network.
So OOANN. Onan. Damn it, we're almost to QAnon.
We're QAnon again. God dang it.
Son of a bitch.
Now we know how it started.
Man, this
Dude, this is a fucking
was
great
awesome.
list. This list is going to
awesome.
grow us. I'm telling you, we're forming something here, boys.
It's going to grow us or shut us down. One of the two.
We're going to get a
that's
call
it.
from Scientology. Like,
That was the list.
Step
I mean,
off our turf, bitches.
Yeah, that list worked out way better than I thought it would. Right, Adam, I think you set us on the right path. I feel like maybe
With
not.
the sec, with number 3, right?
No.
Oh,
Jesus.
which
Sorry.
one gets me later?
When
Hang
you
on.
hit
Yeah, it's
when you hit
100%.
us with our end game, what we're preparing for is the Singularity. It put us on just an awesome, on an awesome trail, like an awesome journey through this. Like different than if we had said something more spiritual,
Like end of days.
yeah. If we had said something more
the Bible's,
spiritual,
what section of the Bible is all about the apocalypse?
the rapture.
Yeah, but there's a book, Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Genesis is all about fucking hell and damnation coming to earth.
I thought that was the first book about the exact opposite. I thought it was like the beginning.
I don't actually.
I admit I've
not
never
actually
read
sure
it.
about that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe,
I'm not
maybe
actually. I should know, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. That was the list.
Two fucking
Definitely
great lists.
different. It
That
was a
was-
different. That's for sure. When we say, sometimes we say, "Oh, this is a different list." This was definitely a different
So,
list.
do you have that all written down?
I have the notes. Yeah,
You got the notes
Any,
down?
any
Awesome.
notes of pertinence I have written down.
Because I want to take that down and I want to put that at least in summary in the council chat or something, or on the lobby.
like
I wanna
pin
put
it.
it
We can
together.
pin
I
it to one of the channels
The lobby
or
would
something.
be the most appropriate here because this is going out to all listeners.
We got
We
a
could-
lot-
we
got
could pin
crowd
it. That way
feedback on this
anybody-
one.
Yeah, we could see. We could pin it, like make it like kind of more real, clean it up. Maybe if you even do.
Post-apocalyptic.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna start laughing. I don't even remember what I was saying.
You wanted to
now.
formalize
I want
our
to clean
summary
it up.
here.
Bottom
Yeah.
line, clean it up. Maybe even come up with a couple things, gaps that we didn't fill in. And whatnot.
Tea stain some paper and make it look
All
like
right,
old
so
parchment.
Yeah, there
Discord,
you
here's your assignment. The most important one on this list, number 1, we couldn't settle on a real name. So as you're listening to this list, when you go back and you think, oh, these dumbasses should have used this name because it fits perfectly, throw us a message in Discord or just drop it into
even
the
if
lobby.
you have never been in Discord before, go to twisted10.com, join Discord. It's free. We're not asking you to be a council member. Just go there, join our Discord, go in the lobby, and say,
Tell
hey,
us
what
we
about
should have
this?
named it. Yeah.
Tell about or anything about this show. If you came up with another idea, a law, a punishment,
I think I'm going to throw something out
something
there.
like that.
Boys, I'm going to
a
throw something
different
out
way
there.
about for Adam to have sex, whatever it is. Throw it in there. Tell us.
If one of our Discord listeners names the cult and we choose that name, you are by default an OGOA.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. I know.
That doesn't change your Discord status, but you might get laid more in the future when the apocalypse actually happens.
Tell people
So-
you're an OG. People respect that, right?
That's right. That's right. Dude, fucking Rod, this is a great
And if you're
list.
a girl, we
It's fun.
promise that Adam won't try and pimp you out to all of the.
Yeah, sorry, Fluff, I'm sorry about that. I really did not mean to do it the way that it sounded,
That's
but
hilarious.
you're going to be making us a lot of... And what's our currency again?
Antes.
Antes. You're going to be making us a lot of antes.
Yep, got to ante up,
Our
man.
and tokens.
Ron, I am very impressed. This list was
Shit,
unlike...
you guys made it.
100 out of 100. No, this is your concept. Out of 142 episodes or so that
Yes.
we've got published, this is by far the most creative an unusual list.
Unique, yeah.
Unique, absolutely, out of anything we've ever done. I'm very impressed.
I played with the model a little bit. I tested the limits.
This has made it into my top 10 top 10s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
I'm honored.
I think one of the Laws episodes have fallen out now.
I'm honored.
This is awesome. This is an awesome list. I hope it comes out to our listeners the way that we got all excited about it here in studio.
Sound like a bunch of drunk nerds.
Yes.
Damn right.
Oh, the artificial neural network. Whiskey.
You know what would be funny is if the name itself was an anagram but spelled something like nerd or dumbass. I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know, something like that.
All right, Discord. So your listeners, go to Discord and submit your ideas for what the name should be. Just drop them in the lobby. Tag Ron especially, but drop them in the lobby and we'll take a look.
Nice.
All right, well, right at the end of the show, of course, thank you to T and Thing 2110, our council elders. You guys are awesome. Appreciate that.
We'll be getting in touch with you guys to get you your council elder keychains here very, very soon. We haven't actually printed them yet because here, a little bit of behind the smoke and mirrors, we haven't decided on the style that we want to go with from our friend that is actually making these for us up in Washington. So we need to, or California, excuse me. So we need to decide on the style and template that we're going to use. We got the basic, but we're adding council elder to
the Oracles of Anne.
Oracles of Anne.
Is that like the name?
As a name that
sounds like the highest level of membership inside the Cult of Anne.
Are we the Oracles of Anne now?
No, we're the OGOAs.
We're the OGOAs.
Wait, but who's the one? Where's Neo?
Well, hey, as always, thanks to our council members for supporting the show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging on the live stream. You guys are great. And to our show sponsors, Manscaped, for 20% off and free worldwide shipping on your order. Use code Twisted10 at checkout.
Ron, fucking great list, dude. You knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, it turned out good. I was nervous. I had no idea how this would go.
On behalf of the Twisted 10, aka the OGOAs of the Cult of Anne, I'm Adam.
I'm Josh.
And to our awesome host tonight,
and your leader, I'm Ron.
Oh, you're the leader?
I was just throwing it out there.
Whatever, as long as I get to have sex, I'm good. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Discord, we're going to be doing the after show here in just a minute. So if you're a council member or a council elder, we will see you guys in a few minutes. Everyone else, head over to twisted10.com. You can see the details on becoming a council member. All right, guys, we will see you next week.